So apparently to be a cool YouTube person, you gotta have like these really colored lights in the background. So, I got one of them, and so I'm real now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Make the Music. Today I want to cover a little different topic. I want to explain how I got my channel to 1,000 subs. So how to get or grow your music production or music channel. I just want to sort of explain some of the things I did to get there. I'm not claiming to be the world's best YouTuber or even have a large channel, but I know a lot of people who want to get into this music production thing. And I just want to share some advice on how I grew my channel. I added 1,000 subs this year and it still continues to grow, and I'm looking to hit an even bigger number yet next year. So I just want to share some of my advice, some of my tips. Like I said, I don't know everything. If you got some great advice on growing on YouTube, go ahead, leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear your advice so I can learn a little more, but you're on my channel, so I'm going to tell you what I've learned. But anyways, let's get into the video right now. Number one for me to grow your YouTube channel, your music production channel, whatever your music channel is you need to put out content consistently. Now, you don't have to put it out every day. You don't even have to put it out twice a day or 3 times a week, but whatever schedule you decide to have, you need to pick that schedule and then commit to it and then do it consistently. It doesn't really do you a lot of good to post 7 videos in 3 days and then go off the map for 2 months. Okay, the algorithm really rewards people who are consistent putting out content and have consistent viewership and watch time. So what you want to do, if it's 1 video a week, if that's all you can do, then great, put out 1 video a week, just make it consistent, make it the same date and time and probably the same day. And then you're going to be able to add that consistently to your library of videos, so to speak. I've also seen online that the average number of videos needed to have 1,000 subs, or the average number of videos that a channel with 1,000 subs has is like 200 videos. Then like the average for a 50,000 channel is like 600. And then like channels with 1 million subscribers have like 600, 700, 800, 900 videos. So you need to put out a lot of content to get there. You need to do it consistently, and to make sure that your content's being seen, you're being promoted by the algorithm. Make sure it's high quality content. Of course, you don't just want to put out random stuff on your channel. But if you do decide on what your channel is going to be, put out that content consistently. And if you're really serious about this YouTube thing, make sure you don't go dark for months on end and then post a bunch of content at once. That's kind of the worst way to do it. That's how I was running my channel before I really started to take it seriously. But once I decided to take it seriously, I went, here's my upload schedule. I'm going to do this many videos and this many shorts per week, and I'm going to stick to it. And the algorithm really rewards that, and I've seen tremendous growth from that approach. The second thing is pick a theme for your channel and try to stick within that theme as much as possible. Now, I'm not saying you can't have variety, right? My channel is called Make the Music. It's mostly about songwriting, music production, but I occasionally venture into some different topics, but it's all pretty much related to music, doing music production in this day and age, right? I don't have a video like, here's a video of my dog barking at a car, and then here's a video of me at the beach, and then here's a music production tutorial, and then here's a video about how to use a Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus camera, right? That's not how my channel is built. My channel is very specific in what it covers, and when viewers go to my channel, they know exactly what to expect. People who are subscribing know what kind of content they're going to get, and they're not going to be wasting that subscription. So I would say find something, find a genre. Maybe you're into video games, right? And you want to do a video game channel, or maybe you're into movies, or whatever your hobby is, or whatever you decide you want to do. Maybe it's music production. Maybe it's not specifically music production. Maybe you're more into album reviews or something like that. I would make sure to tailor most of your content around that topic. Now, you don't have to just talk about album reviews. Maybe you can talk about new tracks that have come out. Maybe you can talk about artist interviews. Maybe you can talk about the history of certain bands. Maybe you can do rankings of bands' songs or guitar players or things like that. There's a lot you can do peripheral to that, to that topic related to album reviews, right? Just like my channel, I cover how to recreate songs. I cover how to get guitar tones. I cover how to use plugins, how to mix. So there's a lot around the subject of music production, but I make sure to keep it in that tent, right? So when someone hits the subscribe button, I'm not going to be wasting the subscriber feed with something weird the next week, a video about my dog or something like that, because they're going to hit subscribe after that, because they kind of feel like their trust has been broken. They thought they're going to get one kind of content, and then you're giving them something else, or it's just completely sporadic and it doesn't feel worth their time. So tailor your channel to a specific topic, and then keeping with step 1, keep that content consistent. and then stick to that consistent schedule. And that's really going to help tailor your channel to specific people on YouTube who want to watch it and keep those consistent viewers and subscribers coming in. And then my third tip would be copy and grow as a YouTuber. So what do I mean? So when starting out with your YouTube channel, you're going to be tempted to want to copy other channels and their kinds of videos and their approaches. And that's perfectly fine. You can probably see styles of videos that I do that are just like bigger channels in the space, and that's okay. But what you need to do is copy these channels, but then find ways that you can add your own unique spin to those kinds of videos. For example, I do videos on how to recreate songs from certain artists, and obviously there's channels that do that. But what made my channel specific and unique was I was showing how to recreate songs from artists like metal bands and classic metal bands from the 80s. I didn't see any videos like that. So it was taking a topic that's been done forever on YouTube, but then putting a unique spin on it. So then you're reaching a newer, unique audience. You stand out from the rest of the crowd. And of course, I do videos like, AMP plugin reviews. Tons of people do that. That's right in the same lane of everything else, but that space is massive on YouTube for a reason. People like watching those videos. So I have a nice mix of things that are trying to make me unique and stand out from everyone else, but then things that are also familiar with people. And if you have a good mix of that, people know what to expect from your channel. It feels familiar enough to them, but that you get to expose them to something different and bring in new people and not get lost in the algorithm. For example, if there's a new amp sim that comes out, a new Neural DSP plugin comes out, right? And you're a guitar channel and you do a review of it, that's great. You might get some viewership from that because it's a popular plugin, but you're going to get lost in the feed of, the hundreds and maybe thousands of creators who are going to be doing reviews on that specific plugin, right? But if you find a unique spin, like for example, I created a different kind of track with the Neural DSP plugin, or you just find a different idea to do a review of that plugin with, you might be able to stand out a little bit from the crowd and get you a little bit of unique spin on your brand and what your channel is about. So I would try and do that. I would, like I said, copy, and then as you develop and as you gain subscribers, now that I've hit 1,000 subscribers, I feel like I found my groove where I know where my lane is. I know where I can be unique and provide something unique to the viewers here on YouTube and give something that's a little different, but also familiar enough. And that's also helping them with the main mission of my channel, which is helping people make music in their home studio. I'm never going to divert from that channel mission, but I also want to give people something unique that's not just a copycat of everything else, so that I can stand out, be a little unique, and give people an additional reason to hit that subscribe button, other than I sound like everyone else or my videos are just like everyone else's. And I would say the fourth or bonus tip for how to grow your music YouTube channel is find other creators who are similar sized in your space and grow a camaraderie with them, build a community, right? The largest guitar and YouTube and mixing channels on YouTube, they basically all have a camaraderie with each other. They all know each other. They're peers in a sense. So what I'm saying is that you need to comment on the biggest music channels in the space and try to collaborate with them. That's not what I'm saying. Find other channels and develop a genuine interest in what they're doing in the space. For example, maybe your channel has 200 subs. Find some other channels that have, in the hundreds of subs range, and see, hey, do you want to collaborate on a video? Comment on their videos, watch their content, develop a bit of a relationship and friendship. If they're, the same size as you, they're likely going to be wanting to do the same thing. And so growing in a community, developing a network, you don't know what other channel they're connected to or the people you might meet through that channel. And so learn to be social, learn to connect with people. I know in the music space and in the online space, we tend to want to be in our home studio cave and just sort of do our own thing and not pay attention to anyone else. That's why we're doing this whole content thing as opposed to something else. But it really pays dividends to go out into the community, talk to people, engage with people, do interviews with things like that with channels similar size, and just be engaged with them. You can kind of become a team and move together through this whole YouTube thing and learn from each other instead of having just to, do it yourself or something like that. So that would be a big tip there. I think that's really helped me. I've talked to other YouTubers, some way bigger than me, some smaller than me, and I've learned things from all of them. And I've developed a camaraderie with all of them. And so now going through this thing, I don't feel like I'm doing it alone. I feel like I've had some helpful tips to help me grow. And so I feel like there's a direction here and I'm moving with a community. I don't just feel like I'm isolated by myself doing this whole YouTube thing. So those are my suggestions for growing your music channel, your music production channel. Like I said, there's so many tips I didn't touch on here. Please leave a comment. If you have a channel, that's bigger than mine or even smaller than mine, what have you learned so far? Leave it in a comment down below. Really, like I said, sticking to content of a certain theme, putting that content out consistently with quality, and then learning to give people something familiar, but also adding a unique spin, I think it really is a great recipe for success on YouTube. Another thing I really didn't mention that I want to mention at the end here is it's going to take a long time to build your YouTube channel. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. I've gained 1,000 subscribers in 1 year, but like I said, it's only 1,000 subscribers. You look at channels that are massive, right? They have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm hoping it doesn't take me 100 years, but really building up that momentum, being consistent about it. I understand I'm in this thing for the long haul. You need to have that attitude when you start YouTube. If you're just doing it for fun, that's great. But if you want to build a channel that really is going to sustain and be massive and then eventually lead to other things, you need to learn to have the long-term attitude with this whole YouTube thing. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out some of my other videos and playlists on, creating music production. And I hope you learned some things from those. Anyways, I will see you guys next time.